Hi everybody, it's Rachel Kleiman from rwcrafts.com. Today I am going to talk with you through one of my art journal process videos because while I like the page, I also feel like there is a lot of mistakes that I made. So maybe from you watching it, you can learn from my mistakes, hopefully pick up still some good techniques that you can try on your next page. But I think it's important as artists or creators to see where we've gone wrong and to work through it and help one another out for the future. As you can see, I have put down two blue colors of acrylic paint and I used a large number stencil to pick up the wet paint with a baby wipe. This technique is called ghosting. I think it gives a really cool effect, so you can try that. I don't think that was a fail. so I did gesso that page ahead of time, although I'm not sure if it necessarily needs to be gessoed because I am working mostly with acrylic paints today. I did die cut a large tag out of craft paper and then I just gave it a quick white paint wash. I'm going to let that dry on its own. So you can see I am just using a scrap piece of paper here. I'm going to scrape some white onto my page. Now I feel this was my first mistake. I really should have let those blue paints dry completely before I went and scraped the white, because now instead of having a bright white, it's mixed in. I have a mixture of light blues now, and I personally think it just looks quite messy. It's not the effect that I wanted. So lesson learned, every layer you see from now on will be completely dried before another paint or element is added on top of it. So yeah, now I'm adding some washi tapes. These washi tapes are in similar dark blue and light blue colors. You can use any decorative tapes you have on hand or maybe pattern papers, anything you want to just add a little element of texture. So I'm using that same large number stencil to add some modeling paste. I'm using just Liquitex white modeling paste. I didn't change the color or effect or anything. I'm just keeping it as is. I think a part of this is my attempt to bring out some of the white that I didn't get when I pulled the white paint across the page. So I do want more white, and also I would like more white space in general. So the next page that I do, I won't completely cover that page with color. I'll keep it a little more bright, hopefully. I mean, I'll try. This is another stencil. Both of these stencils are from Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft. This is still a number stencil, as you see, just much smaller. So I'm using a Nouveau Mousse. This is a very, very pretty kind of, it's a texture paste in a way, but it leaves you with a beautiful metallic look when it's all dried. The color I'm using is called Coastal Surf. It's a beautiful blue color. I really like it. And I am putting this color down rather in a thick manner. I'm not scraping it thin across the stencil. So I am going to make sure that it gets dried completely before I move on to any of my next steps. But you can see it leaves this beautiful metallic shimmer in the background. Now I'm going to work on the tag. Since I had some of that blue color left, by the way, that color is called Ocean by Dina Wakley, of course. So I used that to decorate the tag. I also went back and fussed with the page some more because clearly I'm just not happy with the background of the page, so I added some more of the ocean color there. Now I'm going to add some metallic. I do think the metallic brought out a nice pop to the page. This color is by Dina Wakley. It's called Gilt. However, I don't think it's any longer available for purchase. So I'm going to link for you guys some beautiful deco art metallic paints. I think they have really pretty gold and bronze colors for you to choose from. So I'm adding this gilt color to the tag. The second I put down that first circle, man, I knew I was not happy with the circles. So you'll see it gets changed a little bit as we go on, but for now I'm trying to work with it. I'm trying to just ignore it, but I really don't like how those circles turned out. I am now adding more of a pop of color by using this lime paint, and also I'm using the same large number stencil. So by using the same stencil repeatedly, you're not overwhelming the page with a bunch of different patterns. So you can use the same stencils in a lot of different ways to still get a cool effect on your art journal pages. And I'm also adding this lime color to the page itself. So the reason why I went with lime is because I'm trying really, really hard not to use my same color combinations as I always do over and over again. If you've watched my past couple art journal videos, you may have noticed that they're yellow, turquoise, and hot pink over and over and over again. So I purposely did not use a hot pink or a yellow as badly as my body was reaching for those colors. So if you have new color combinations in mind for me to try, please, please, please put them in the comments. I would love to try something new to try and get myself out of this rut of pink and turquoise and yellow. So obviously I wasn't happy with that tag, so I gave it a quick whitewash with some white paint, and I think that helps. I'm now using this beautiful detailed rubber stamp. It's from a stamp company called Stamp Boutique. The name of the stamp is 3 Flowers. So I will be double stamping this. I will be stamping it on this plain white cardstock. This is Nina Solar White cardstock. And I will also be stamping it on the tag itself. And you'll see why I do that in a minute. So both times I get a beautiful impression just with hand stamping it. I didn't have to use one of my stamping tools, and I got the details both times. It's so pretty, and the quality from Stamp Boutique is really, really amazing. I highly, highly recommend stampboutique.com for your rubber stamps. And I will be fussy cutting this entire image. I will save you the pain of watching the whole thing. So with the power of editing and magic, there it is. I'm done. So you can see I'm layering the cut image right on top of the stamped image on the tag because I won't be gluing it down flat. I'll be adhering it so that those petals can pop up. So that way you still get the outline on the background. I think it's a really cool way to layer the same stamp. And I'm using the same pattern paper to kind of help pop up or border the stamp on the tag, as I'm going to use to border the stamp or to border the tag from the art journal page itself. And I am adhering it with what's called a tiny attacher. It's just like a mini staple. And I only used a couple of staples so that all of those petals can pop up so you get the image in the background. And now I'm using some paint splatters just to add a little more detail there. Now I will be adding a little bit more contrast by including black. I used whatever circle shaped item I had closest to me and I dipped it in some black paint just to add these circles going vertically across the top of the page. It's actually from a pill bottle top that I had nearby, so really use whatever you have. But I used the black to help draw the eye from top to bottom, as I will be adding the tag vertically, which will also help draw the eye top to bottom. So yeah, I'm trying to give some direction to your eye, even though this page is, I think, a little chaotic and a little messy. So any directional help is a benefit. I am adding the tag using Liquitex Heavy Matte Gel. And you can see I also used another stamp by Stamp Boutique. It's called Word Collage. It has a lot of beautiful words that are either art related or like inspirational related. So I went and cut out all the ones that I felt were more artsy based, like create, inspire, art, color. So I cut those out and I'm adding them again in a vertical manner from top to bottom across my art journal page. So this, almost concludes. Added a couple more splatters because you always need splatters. That splatters are never a mistake. Okay, make sure you know that. So here's my completed page. I hope you've learned something. If not, maybe just you've learned what not to do. Here's a couple close-up pictures for you. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks for subscribing and thanks for liking. All things that I've used are in the description below. Bye.